Hey everyone, it's Maria here. Do you want to know how to do an easy smoky eye using only a handful of products? This is the finished look here, and I'm going to show you how to do that using Pure Anada Mineral Makeup. For this look, I avoided the wing because I feel like it gives problems to a lot of people, not just to create, but as our features mature and change and, we get this dropping eyelid out here. I feel like the wing sometimes might not work. So I created a rounded smoky eye on the edges here by keeping the darkest, shades and products on the outer edges of my eyes. I used just mascara, no false eyelashes, just to make this look very, very, like a natural smoky eye, as natural as that gets, but to make it doable for everyone. All right. So if you're interested in seeing my 3-step smoky eye, let's get to it. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to start with the liquid foundation by Pure Anada. This is in the shade Buff, and I'm using their face blending brush, which is a loose bristle brush to cover up the darkness underneath the eyes and any other imperfections. So I use my hand as a palette, so make sure that your hands are always clean before you do this, and then I just dip my brush right in it, and I start kind of just doing little rounded circles on the face to apply it. My face has already been prepped and moisturized, and I love how this foundation, even though it's supposed to be full coverage, can look so beautiful and sheer when you use a fluffier blending brush such as this. Now, everything I'm using today is by Pure Anada. I'm going to link everything for you in the comments below. And I do have pretty much the full Pure Anada line in my store. I've been working with them for many years, and I love what they stand for. Any discoloration now that is left over after I do the first pass with the liquid foundation, I go over with the liquid concealer. I use the Duo Eye Brush. This is a flat brush on one end and an angled brush on the other, and I keep the concealer closer to the inner corner of the eye, and I bring it down where my eyes have that depth and the darkness. I apply it with the brush. I just find that it feels, more comfortable to apply it and get into all the nooks and crannies, but then I push it into my skin with my finger. I like this method better because I find that the concealer really melts into your skin. Stand back and have a look what needs to be touched up here, what needs to be, doubled up, and apply that. And then right away, before anything creases, I go in and I do the one side right away just to set it in place. And then I'm going to proceed with the same thing on the other side. This is, by the way, the translucent glow powder by Pure Anada. I love the illumination that it kind of gives underneath the eyes. Just not too much, but just perfect to brighten the under eye area. So let's start the smoky eye. A black pencil, a creamy black pencil is very important here. So I am using the black pencil by Pure Anada. I feel like these pencils barely have to be pressed onto the skin. They just glide really nicely. And what we want here is not a perfect line. It's just a really nice dark line, smudge it into the lashes, go a little bit above, just get that, lash line really well with the black eyeliner. And then I'm going to go in with their eye contour brush and I'm going to start smudging it in. This little brush is rounded and I find that it's a little bit stiffer. I have another one that is a little bit better for blending the eye contour, but I do love this one to smudge in the eye line. Now at the corner, I am not going out to a wing because of that outer, eyelid dropping. So I find that can be problematic for many people. So I am going to do more of a rounded smoky eye today. I find that maybe that's not perhaps the trendiest, but it's a classic look and it can look really great on so many different eye shapes. I darken the eye, the eye line a little bit more as needed, and then I smudge it in. You want to have enough darkness there. You don't want to blend it all out. So that's why I went back in. And then for the bottom lash line, I don't go right into the waterline. I find that can smudge really easily, but I go out on the outer, kind of the bottom lash line, and I stay on the outer part of the lashes. And this is what it looks like so far. A little bit more smudging. You know, this can be a process. Just stand back and have a look. And just make sure that you don't come out to a point on the outer corner. So I go in after that with the eyeshadow Ashen. Again, this is by Pure Anada. I love this one. It is more matte. A lot of their other ones are demi matte, which means they have a bit of mica. And I love this one because it's not a true black. I would say it's more like a charcoal, like a dark gray, blackish gray, I'm trying to say. Anyways, it's a really beautiful shade and you can use it as an eyeliner on its own. And I set the pencil at the top and the bottom with this eyeshadow. And then my main eyeshadow on the eyelid, on the mobile eyelid, is Pewter. Pewter is exactly as it sounds. It's a pewter shade. It is demi matte, which means that it has some mica and it has some of that beautiful iridescence. And I'm going to go back in with the duo eye brush and press it into place. I want a denser application here. If you find that your eyeshadows are not performing, you can also go in and wet the brush and apply it wet. But as you can see, I'm pressing it onto the skin all the way up to your eye crease. Now there I, again, push it into the eye, into the skin, but I want to focus, I guess, the majority of the product on that eye, on that outer corner, because that's where I want the most intensity to be. And then I'm going to go in with the transition shade, which is Smoke. Smoke is a matte shade, and I'm going to be using that a little bit later on for my brows. I love that a lot of these products can be multi-purpose. Less is more sometimes with makeup. So if you have a beautiful smoky transition shade such as this one, why not see if it matches your brows as well? So little circles here back and forth, and this is their eye blending brush. I love this one because it is more flexible, and make sure that that color at the top, the transition color, is peeking up from the top of the eye. When your eye is open, you should be able to see it. I take the same transition shades underneath and I smudge it into the bottom lash line. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit stuffed up today. And don't forget to kind of do a gradient. You want the darkness of the pencil to be on the outer corner, but you can do the inner corner with your transition shade just to set everything in place and give the eye a little bit drama all along the bottom lash line. So this is how it looks so far. Make sure everything is blended. Make sure that if you have any fallout from the shadows, that you sweep them away right away. Make sure that there's a transition at the top that just blends really seamlessly into, your brow bone. You shouldn't be able to tell where the eyeshadows stop and where they start. Now I'm going to go in with mascara. This one here is the Plume mascara. This is a lash growth mascara. And if you know Plume science, you know that this brand actually does all their products to be, enhanced with the growth factors. Do a really good mascara application. Get all the way to the top waterline, right down to the base. Do a couple coats if needed. I'm not going to be using false lashes today. And don't forget to get the bottom lashes. And this is kind of how it's looking so far. Big difference on how big and open the eye looks from the side that hasn't been done. And then I'm going to go in with the Plume Brow Gel. Now these ones are a newer addition to the Plume family. I love them. This shade is the Ashy Daybreak. And I love this one. If you're a dark blonde, light brunette, it's perfect. And then here's me touching up the eyebrow with Smoke. The gel is perfect for keeping the lashes in place. But if you have any sparse areas, you want to fill those in with, a brow pomade. In this case, I have Smoke right there, so I'm using that. And let's do a bit of cheek. This is the Lip and Cheek Rouge by Pure Anada in the shade Isabella. I'm sorry, it has a metallic bottom that doesn't actually come out really well on video. But this is a beautiful peachy shade that can look really beautiful on so many different people. So you need such a small amount of these products. They are really well pigmented. So I apply it higher up on my cheekbone. I try not to come too low. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation brush and kind of just diffuse it and blend it into the skin, just so it looks like it's coming from below. The brush is also really nice to blend it in and kind of pull it up higher on the cheek, just touching it up a little bit for intensity. And this product is also fantastic for the lips. These are completely matte. So if you are going to be using it on your lips have to be really well prepped. Make sure there's no dryness. You need to perhaps use a lip balm beforehand, but they're so effortless to use. And this is the look so far. All right. So a light lip and the focus is on the eyes. I feel like this look is wearable in the daytime as well. I'm just going to finish up the second side here with the lip and cheek rouge. The eyes have already been done. Blend the blush up onto the cheek. And then to finish the lips, I'm actually going to go in with the Pure Anada Lip Pencil in Spice. Now, this one here, when I first heard the name, reminded me of the MAC Iconic Pencil in Spice. I find that this one is a little bit more of a... It has more of a coral pop. I really love it. It's a beautiful shade, as you can see, and it can definitely be worn on its own. I love this type of, shade with this cooler, smoky eye, just because it adds a little bit of warmth to the face. So I lined the entire lip with this one here just to get everything to stay in place. And I do find that it is creamy, probably more moisturizing than the lip and cheek rouge. But it's always really great, to finish it with a matte lip, if you like that. And just nice to, again, to have the multi-purpose product that can go on the cheek and the lip as well. So touching it up with Isabella. And then if you find that it is a little bit too matte for you, you can go in with a lip gloss. This one is by Pure Anada Liquid Lip Gloss in Peach. And you can see it's a gorgeous shade. Of course, it can be worn on its own, but I like a little bit of that in the middle of the lip to add a bit of glow, to make the bottom lip look a little bit more pouty, and to add some moisture to your lips. So I just keep that mostly in the middle and just apply it really well. And this is the finished look. What do you think, everyone? I feel like this can be wearable even for a daytime meeting. Okay, everyone, so this was my 3-step smoky eye. Start with the darkest shade, your pencil or a black eyeshadow right at the base of the lashes. Then do your favorite dark brown, a pewter shade, gray, or another mid-tone shade like I used here. And then make sure you have a transition shade to kind of create that gradient right at the very top. I hope you enjoyed this video and you try this look yourselves at home. Drop me a comment below if you do and let me know how it went. And thank you so much again for watching and being here. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.